What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Red Rock Crawlers. This week is upgrade week. We are getting ready for a big trip. We're actually heading to the Rubicon. And I'm super excited. I've never been to the Rubicon before. I'm really excited to go, but I'm also a little bit worried about some of the upgrades that, about some of the parts that have not been upgraded, and I don't want to break anything, wreck anything or whatever, and get stranded on the trail. So I decided to just pull the trigger, get these upgrades done before we head out. And that way I feel like I have a little more peace of mind, if you will, or insurance for the trail or something. But anyway, let's take a look at what we're going to be upgrading for the Rubicon. Says installation instructions available on YouTube. Imagine that. Well, if you haven't guessed it by now, I am installing some diff covers. These are the motobilt Dana 44 diff covers. This will be nice when I'm bashing through the rocks on the Rubicon. Hopefully I will be able to keep everything in one piece and not lose all my diff fluid. And a skid plate by Rock Hard 4x4. So a couple of years ago I bought a brand new lift kit. Until then I had been using used parts from people's takeoff systems that I just kind of made do with what I had at the time. But I finally broke down and bought a real lift kit from Rock Crawler. It's their 3.5-inch X Factor lift. I recorded a whole video on the install and I lost all the footage. Really annoyed by that. But anyway, ever since I did that, that lift kit allows for a lot more suspension travel, and so I was actually having clearance problems with my front drive line on the transmission skid plate that comes on these Rubicons from the factory. So I took that off. I've just been running around honestly without that on for the last couple of years. But on the Rubicon I just did not want to be taking that chance by going through there without any kind of protection down there to protect my oil pan and transmission. And it even covers a little bit of that cross member. Just thought I got to do this. So I bought the skid plate from Rock Hard 4x4. I got it actually from my good friend AJ over at Northridge 4x4 in Salt Lake. He gave me a great price on it, and I ended up getting the aluminum one, mostly because that's all that was available. I probably would have got the steel one just because it was less expensive, had that been an option, but it just wasn't. And I'm kind of glad I got the aluminum one because it is so light. I can pick it up, I can hold it in one hand, I can pick it up like this. That'll be nice. I'm glad that it's aluminum. Before I get the diff covers on, we got to get them cleaned up and painted. Let's get to that. Okay, gotta let that dry. What are we doing?
Making parts for the Jeep.
We're making parts for the Jeep.
Yeah.
So it can be stronger, right?
Yeah, but it will also kind of be heavier.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be heavier, but not too much.
Yeah, not too much.
While waiting for the diff covers to dry, I'm gonna get started on the skid plate. This is where the factory skid plate goes right here, and I was rubbing on my front drive shaft, and that's why I took it off. I hope this one has better clearance for that. It looks like it does, from the pictures I was able to look at online. I guess there's no way to really find out unless I get it on and see how it fits. So let's get to it. We're still recording. So I realized I got a little ambitious and was not actually ready to put on the skid plate. I had to grind off all the burrs and stuff on these bolts back here on the transfer case skid plate. So I got those square-ish enough, and we're gonna get those off now. The new skid plate goes over top of that, and we put the new bolts through that, the same holes. So we should be good to go now. Hopefully this is a good enough angle you guys can see what the heck we're talking about here. The install video I watched went a lot easier, but they're also working on a new Jeep that's never been off-road. We win! Okay, let's give it a try. Let's move to the back and see if we can get these in. If you can't find your extension, use a paint can. Probably don't use a paint can, but I'm going to do it anyway. Alright, let's see if this will go in there now. Okay, let's see. That looks pretty good. These aren't tight enough yet. I'm just kind of getting them sucked up in place there. I'm gonna move back up front here and see what we need to do to finish this up. Got clearance on the exhaust, let me show you. Doesn't need to be much, but just a little bit there so it's not rubbing. I was worried about the clearance on my drive shaft, but that's obviously not gonna be an issue. It's gonna hit the exhaust before it hits the skid plate. The other skid plate came out to like here somewhere, and so it was rubbing on the drive line when it would drop down. And then this is just one of your 3/4 inch frame bolts. This would have held on your rock sliders if you had them. Okay, I think this skid plate's done. This is pretty awesome. You got, you know, these 4 main bolts back here. Really nice flat belly there to slide on. And the way this mounts up to the to these motor mounts is great. It's super solid. Okay, skid plate is done. It is on, it's in. It's kind of the same thing, isn't it? On and in. It's done. Either way, it's done. I'm just painting up the diff covers because they came as bare steel, so I got to get those painted up so they won't rust on us. But for now, I'm just gonna get the factory diff covers off. What? Attempt number 2. The putty knife seems to be working better. Floor when you do it. There.
Let me go! Let me go!
Got our lube locker. Let's get this thing. Oh, we got a sticker. Look at that.
Who's the sticker for?
But now we're gonna have this, and this will be a lot better. Hopefully it won't ever leak.
What are we gonna put the sticker on?
I don't know. What do you think we should put the sticker on?
On the Jeep. Can I find a spot for you after this?
Yeah. That's what helps us go off-roading. All of them are already in there. You just need to use that wrench, ratchet, to tighten it up.
Get it out.
Got it? Cool.
Is it tight enough?
Yeah, and then you can do the other ones that are in.
And I'm sure it's easy for me. What is that? What the? That was a silly noise. Like that?
Yeah, it's a pretty silly noise, buddy.
It was like boom.
Yeah.
Ew! Ew.
Why? What does it sound like?
Farts.
What?
Right here.
Yep. Okay. I think I'm done. Got the diff covers on, got them painted, got them on, got the lube lockers in. Those are actually pretty sweet. No RTV, no mess. They go on nice and clean. What it is. Oh. I'm excited to have that all done. I kind of wish that I had more funds to get the transfer case skid all at the same time, because that would be such a nice seamless, you know, transition all the way through. So I'm really excited to have those done though. That'll be really nice to have for the Rubicon. So that'll be nice to have that armor put on, and we won't have to worry about it. Cool. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for those Rubicon videos. They're coming up. I can't wait. It's going to be a blast. It's my first time, so I don't really know what to expect. I don't know really what the scenery is like. I mean, I've seen pictures and videos, but I'm super excited. It'll be a lot of fun to go and see it and just experience the whole thing. So can't wait to get out there. So hopefully we'll see you guys on the trail soon. Actually, Trail Hero is coming up soon. Hopefully we'll see you there. If you haven't signed up for trails yet at Trail Hero, use the code RedRock20 and that'll give you a little discount on the trail purchases and also merchandise, shirts, hats, that kind of thing. But sign up for Sliplock Gulch on Saturday and come join us on the trail. That's the trail we're going to be leading and guiding on Saturday of the Trail Hero event. So hopefully we'll see you there, and if not, we'll see you next time. Peace!